Go.
You're always recording first. All right, let's see. We got YouTube. Come on, YouTube.
It's not even 8:15 yet.
It's 8:14. There we go. We're live. We're live on the tubes. Let's see about
Why
the
did
Facebooks.
you email me an hour ago?
I was ready. Stay ready. You ain't gonna get ready, man. All right, we're live on the book. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the globe, we are live.
Jeans, boots
Send in
with
your
the
chats.
fur,
We want to hear from you.
fur.
I'm on X Games mode tonight. I'm not pulling any punches. I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm just ready to go off on somebody because they're lazy people out there. Hurry up and go live. Okay, we're finna to Peyton Cook. Peyton Cook sucks. Whoever that is.
Hey, bro, you should go watch this open video.
What?
That's all that dude has on his channel, bro. He just has a bunch of open
He
videos.
just does CrossFit, bro. Branch out to something else. Try a Spartan race every once in a while.
Hey, man.
Shoot guns or something.
Play guitar.
What you been doing, bro, since the 4th? So I'm gonna
Not
go ahead.
sleeping.
I'm gonna Are we live, bro? You were able to. It says go live again. Are we live on YouTube?
Nope.
How did you? Oh, I'm sitting here. We're a minute and a half behind. Okay, we're live now. Sorry, YouTube. But anyways, this is the first time I've scheduled it out, so we're good. We'll see your chats in time, I guess. But anyways, Peyton had a day off this week, maybe 2. I don't know. I'm still
4.
not sure your schedule. Yeah, you had the weekend and 2 days. Okay. So he flipped schedules and we actually were able to work out for the first time in like months.
3 years, man.
It was like testosterone in the air.
I can't see.
Squats weren't even heavy, bro. Bench press just went. PR my bench press by 15 pounds. I would have had another 10, but Peyton sabotaged me.
Yeah, pushed down on his bench.
He moved my bench, and well, I didn't. I just missed it, and
blamed it on me.
So I went down, and I got like an inch off my chest, 300, and I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna try it again." So I just like, yeah, it wasn't going anywhere. So Peyton got it.
I will say that I got 300 more than an inch off my chest. So technically, my highest
we'll
bench
get
was
the
stronger
video
than
proof,
yours.
bro. We'll have to get the video proof. But anyways, for comparison. But when I did my back off sets, what did I do? 245, 5 sets of 5. The first set, I hit the rack and the pins every rep, and I was like, I need to stop, but I was like, I have to get all these reps. So every time I went up to the top, it ding ding ding, like I almost died every time.
Doing, doing.
But that was Tuesday, July the 4th. We did some other American stuff.
Amen.
That day.
What the heck is a kilometer?
I don't know, bro. Still wondering. Oh, we actually ran a mile. I PR'd my bench, ran a mile, and then we went and shot guns and shot fireworks. What else did we do? We did a lot of American things.
No, I didn't shoot fireworks. I shot firearms.
We shot firearms, fireworks. We ate ribs.
I ate barbecue.
Hey, I meant to get
Off
some
the
of
rib.
that. I meant to get some of that while I was there. I discovered y'all are very country boy centric house. You could tell it's like mostly boys there.
Man went to take a pee. I'm like, hold up, dude.
Bro, they They have a urinal in their house, which it makes sense. 4 out of 5 people there that are or have been there are guys. So that catches us up. What have you been doing since Tuesday? Because I haven't seen you since then.
Well, I haven't worked out since Tuesday.
Wow.
So I've just been not sleeping either.
What? You have to switch back to your other schedule?
I got 5.5 hours. I went to sleep at like 2 a.m. Yesterday morning, and then woke up at like 8. I was supposed to be waking up at like 12. You know, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get a long sleep in. Nope.
Well,
AC
whatever.
ain't been working properly, so it's been like 78 degrees.
Just go outside.
Yeah, I'd be better off sleeping in the rain.
Heat acclimated. Sleep on your patio.
PR in miles. I ran another mile.
Yeah, bro, we forgot to say your mile time. You did. He ran a 6:17 mile.
6:17.
First official mile for time. 6:17.
I need to go look where we're at on the challenge because I'm
Pretty
behind
good.
2 days.
I think if we do it again, you'll get a 6, or you'll PR. It's the mile's really something. It's really about the pacing, and you don't know how it feels till you know how it feels. I don't think I didn't really put out that much, because I usually am on the ground dying for a while. Well, I mean, I was, but it wasn't that bad.
Well, if you would have just ran 3 miles, we'd be tied right now.
Yeah, I looked at it and was like, dang, I almost put another run and was like ran around my house until I caught up to you. We're really close in this month's challenge.
I got 7 tomorrow though. So.
Was that last week? So I ended up winning last month's challenge. Everybody, so congratulations to me. But I have a YouTube video out tomorrow. If you're watching this, today is the 6th of July. So it's the 7th of July at 8 a.m. I have a whole video about how I beat Peyton in the challenge last month. Trevor, it wasn't a real W over him because he took 2 weeks off for his honeymoon. But hey, a dub's a dub, I guess. Got to take them when I get them because I consider myself a low-volume runner.
Being on a honeymoon ain't no excuse to slack off. I'm just going to say that. You wake up early, you go run. Don't make up excuses. Bro. You do crap.
Yeah, bro. You got a point. But it doesn't matter. YOLO.
Trust me. I know from experience.
Yeah, bro. All the honeymoons you've been on.
Dude, I've been on so many of them. And then I wake up.
I'm ready to start running long, but they're so slow right now just because of the heat. And if you're trying to do heart rate too, it really, the heart rate stuff can really get you down because you're like, man, I'm going so slow. But that's the point. As long as you put the work in, put the miles in it, a couple months down the road, it'll pay off. Especially doing it in the heat, bro. It's so hot. But today it was cooler, so everything felt a lot better. I dropped like 2 minutes off my pace with the same effort for like a little bit, and then I just got tired of running. So
hey, bro, that run looked better than the 40-minute you did last week
with you.
Or was that this week?
That was Monday.
Yeah.
So we ran 40 minutes together Monday. We were in the gym together. Then we were at the gym again Tuesday. So that's 2 days, bro. I had peak PR gym conditions.
Bro, we ran together 2 days in a row, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then I ran hard today. So I've done 3. Well, it wasn't really hard. It actually still considered an easy run.
So we did a 40-minute run Monday.
Yeah, I was there.
And I hit 3.5 miles, and he didn't somehow, but it's okay. He averaged a 166 and hit a max of 199.
Yeah, 40-minute easy run.
Easy run.
That stats are pretty much Trevor-like.
And then, surprisingly, mine was I had a better heart rate than him for once. I averaged a 151.
You're a better runner, bro.
Bro, I'm just
And I'm
so
heavy
much
as
better.
crap, bro. I weigh 200 pounds this morning. The heaviest I've ever been in my life.
I don't
Ever.
know, man. You used to be really fat.
Well, I wasn't this heavy. And I was never. I think you're being sarcastic. But
How'd you know?
I'm the heaviest. I think I've been like 196, 197 last time I got bigger. I was like, well, I don't really feel fat. Last time I gained the weight, I saw a picture of myself and was like, I'm fat, bro. I'm gonna lose some weight. But this time I was like, I feel pretty good. I can still see a couple abs if if I get the lighting right. But
I wish I had abs.
you have plenty of them. I have to but I was watching the video footage from Tuesday and I do see a little bit of chunk down there. So it won't be much longer. I think I might go to like 205. I don't know. I don't have a goal. I'm just trying to get my squat up. I'm not even eating my daily calories is only 3,100, and before I was eating like 35 to 4,500. So, but I do take a lot of cheat days, and I think I was only doing one cheat day a week then, and so it ends up being a lot more. But I don't really care right now, bro. This marathon training is gonna kick up, and I'm probably gonna get a little more better
Just eat
on my
less.
nutrition. Yeah, I mean that's how you lose weight. Eat less.
Eat less.
Literally.
Run 15 miles a day.
Literally, if you want to lose weight, just eat less. Do more, eat less.
Time to go home.
And if you want to gain weight, just eat more. But you gotta train hard if you want to look good.
All right, bro. I got us a challenge
What?
next month for marathon training. Every day for a week. Run 10 miles.
Well, then you'd have to take 3 weeks off. That's
But
something you don't need to do. You have to work hard, but you have to push yourself.
But it's only 10 miles.
You can't overdo it. Only 10 miles. My butt. That's 70 miles, bro.
Yeah, in a week.
That's too much for us. Especially right now. Maybe in a year or 2 years you could work up to that.
We'll just do it the same month as marathon.
So we're going to get to we've talked a little bit about running. This is run part 2.
Marathon part 2.
It's running. We're talking mostly about running.
Run
marathon is part of our running, but
run sizzling.
What?
It's run sizzling.
Oh, I get it. Run sizzling. Y'all remember that restaurant, Western Sizzling?
Bro, they had some crazy ice cream.
It's just a buffet. Yeah, I remember the ice cream, bro. It's
I
just
remember it was up against the
vanilla.
It was up against the west wall in the main room.
That room seemed a lot bigger back then.
Yeah, now it's small.
Looks so small, bro.
Maybe it was because I was small when it existed, and we actually.
That's what I always think too. Because I used to think Coke cans were huge. Now they're just like 3 sips. Notice how I say Coke cans.
Freaking swear it was like the cones tasted like cardboard.
That's the best kind.
But it was good cardboard.
I could eat those by themselves. Listen to this, bro. I was listening to Jocko's podcast. He had Peter Attia on there. He's a doctor.
Who's that?
He's a doctor.
No, I'm Jocko.
Yeah, you know who Jocko is. Basically, if you're listening to this, you probably know who Jocko is. There's a small chance you might know who Peter Attia is, but he's a famous doctor. But they said that 70% of the U.S. population doesn't exercise at all. 70%!
Dang, bro, I'm the minority.
I guess so. Well, that explains the obesity epidemic. And probably why so many people died of that thing. The C word. Fat and out of shape.
Cholesterol.
That too. Diabetes,
Carcinogens.
probably.
Capsaicin.
But listen to this. This is a motivation. This is something they said, capsaicin. What the peppers?
Yeah.
So going from not exercising at all to 90 minutes a week, which works out if you only work out 6 days a week, that's 15 minutes a day. Even less if you just work out every day. Which you could do the math, 7 days. Man, it's I can hear it clicking and looking at it. He's hearting the comment on the chat. So 90 minutes divided by 7. Do the math. You're the computer guy. You're always typing stuff
What would you
up
say?
and looking.
What would you say?
90 minutes divided by 7 days.
Well, 90 divided by 9 would be 10.
Oh my gosh. Don't do the math out loud.
So 90 divided by 7 probably be like 13.
Yeah, probably. Somewhere in there. That's literally nothing,
13
bro.
point something.
You're probably on your phone for...
Hey, 12.85.
Good guess. You're probably on your phone for 3 hours a day at least. So just take 15
I don't
minutes
have
of
a
that.
phone.
Not you. Yeah, you do. Take 15 minutes of that and go for a walk. Stop being lazy. And look, if you do that 90 minutes a week, you can reduce your risk of death from all causes by 14%.
Not to mention, you just walk the whole 3 hours you're on your phone.
You probably reduce your risk of death by... I mean, the math's not going to be exact if you do... How many... What did you say? 3 hours? That's 12 times 15. So 12 times 14.
What?
Dude, you're never going to die if you walk 3 hours a day. Okay, that was a joke, obviously, because there's a diminished return, of course. But I was just saying, bro, you could get healthier, you could live longer, spend more time with your family, a better, healthier life, which is 15 minutes a day, and that's a good starting place. That's by no means a destination. It's a good starting place. They also said something like this. He was like, well, people ask me what they should do, he tells them they should exercise. And he's like, all right, well, what do you do? And he's like, bro, you do not want to do what I do. I've been building up to this for 40 years. You can't do what I do.
No, he should retire.
Then he'll die.
Imagine working at 40 years old.
That's like old, bro. I'll be 40 in 14 years, bro.
Probably 40 and 17 in a month. No, it's not even a month anymore.
So, with just such little time commitment, you can improve your life. Here now, they were talking about this too. Like, you could compare it to a retirement. You could put your money into a retirement fund, and in 30 years, you can see the returns. And exercise, you're going to see the returns in 30 years if you consistently put it in. But you're also going to see it right now, like when you're doing the exercise. So, it's better.
Time to go home.
Don't put money in your retirement. Just exercise.
Yeah,
basically.
Don't just spend every bit of money that you get. Don't save. Because what if you die and you have like $200K in your bank account?
Pointless.
Exactly.
Unless you're going to send it to me.
Do not listen to us for financial advice.
So here's what I want to ask you, Peyton. Why do people not exercise? Like, if it's
laziness.
If it's so...
Commitment issues. Wait, I'm not supposed to answer yet.
Noisiness?
Said laziness.
Yes, that's what I definitely wrote that down. I was like, they're lazy. What was the other thing?
Commitment issues.
I mean, if somebody has commitment issues, I'm sure that will come up in exercising.
Clearly,
definitely lazy.
I don't mean it as in commitment issues, more of committing to, because I'm not gonna sit here and say like working out's easy. That's
It's
why
not
people
hard.
will struggle to commit to it.
Yeah.
Because I
It's
mean it's
it's
big. What's it called? Like, well, big commitment, I guess. Yeah.
it is until you do it and realize it's not. But
And then you just have to do
when
more, so then
it's
it
hard,
remains.
it's hard until you do it and realize it's not. You know, it's it's a big commitment, but at the same time, it's not a big commitment, especially when you look at the returns. Um,
Diminishing returns after a certain point of
yeah, you can't even put that because I don't know anybody that's in the diminishing returns. Maybe myself, which I don't think I am really, but
I don't know. You're very diminished.
I'm demaximized right now.
You're a diminished seventh chord.
But yeah, I don't. It's hard for me to say it's hard to get into, just because I like to do it so much. But I can understand if you're like 400 pounds, it's hard for you to get out of bed. You know, it's hard for you to walk out the door, to walk to the car and go to the grocery store. So, and it's going to be a hard life for you the rest of your life unless you get something going, you eat better, and you exercise and do something else hard. It's like that thing that on social media. It's like choose your hard. You know, it's hard being unhealthy, but it's hard to do the things that it takes to be healthy. So it's going to be hard when you have, you know, diabetes and you have heart disease, but it's also hard to do what it takes to mitigate those things.
Should I get us canceled right quick?
I mean, I'm trying my best.
All right, bet. If you can put in the effort to put yourself at a 400-pound weight, you can put the effort in to get yourself from that. Being obese is not, you put yourself there. So just get yourself out of it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, nobody's going to do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. So, I mean, as many excuses as you have, and everybody's got excuses. The people that make the change are the ones that work around those excuses. They don't let the excuses get to them. Get hard.
Yeah.
Every time we say something, just start saying get hard.
Yeah.
So why do people not exercise? I forgot to ask this too. But why do people that go in the gym, which I think this is a 2-for-1 answer. Why do people that actually make it in the gym not see the progress that they want to see? It's because they're inconsistent. They're lazy. Training. They don't work hard enough, right? They're not training. They're
like me.
Striving after the wind, and they're doing nothing.
Don't eat.
They don't eat, which is
they cut out carbs because that's very smart. Cut out your fast access energy. Great idea.
That'll work for somebody, but if you're working out hard, it's going to be hard to do that.
And what he means is that'll work out for somebody. Meaning, if that's your name, if your name is somebody, it might work for you. But if you're not, your name's not somebody, it's not going to work for you. Leave carbs.
I think a lot of people just don't have their priorities right. They're living comfortable lives on their Netflix, on their couch, eating their potato chips, and
watching Secret Invasion.
As soon as it comes out, they're watching every YouTube video about breaking it down, about what all the Easter eggs are and all this and that, and they're lazy, bro. They don't want to get up and do anything hard. When's the last time you guys picked up a book? I know Peyton don't read.
I picked up a book Tuesday.
Well, God, dog.
But it was to move it.
Well, you also train hard. You also work all day. A lot of these people that are obese, 400 pounds, they don't even have a job. You could at least go work at McDonald's.
I mean, you already go there every day, so why not just start working?
You go there, might as well get them to pay you to do it. So, what do you think? Why do people not see the progress they want to do? They don't train hard enough. Roger said that his book's in his phones, of course. I actually finished a book on my phone today. What do you think, Peyton? Why are people not
Well, I
making
already answered.
progress? Say it again. Repeat yourself.
So they're
Be
not
redundant.
training. They're not eating.
They train
They're not-
wrong. That's right, Roger. Roger said they train wrong. If it's not hard, I get it. If you're one of those people that just started, do what you have to do to be consistent. Whatever gets you back in the gym.
You
But at
know,
the end of the day, months down the road, when you're thinking about quitting the gym because it's not working, it just means you're not working hard enough.
I'm gonna say something that has nothing to do with this, but I will make it have something to do with this.
Go ahead, bro.
A very old wise man once said.
Are you talking about Roger?
Yeah. Practice makes perfect, unless you practice wrong.
I'll bring it
So
around.
it's like training, if you train properly, you'll see progress. If you train wrong, you won't.
Well, just think about this, man. You're watching these movies, and they're training for something. They're training for a fight. They're training for a football game or whatever.
Just think of like the Captain America First Adventure, right? Just look at the very first bit of the movie and see how small. What's his in-game movie name again? I forgot.
Steve Rogers?
Yeah. See how small Steve is in the very beginning of that movie? But he puts in all that work and all that superhuman
And it was
serum.
hard.
And then look at him now.
He was sweating.
Well, I mean, he's old now, but
a couple years ago.
Yeah. So pre-2019, look at him then.
Pre-time travels.
Okay, now we can go back to real life and actually making sense.
Like I was saying, you look at a training montage. They're not just in there, gym. They're working, bro. They're sweating. They're grunting. Which I'm not saying you have to just grunt for grunt, but if you're actually working, it's gonna come out, right?
Or
sometimes that's you. And I'm not saying you have to do something that you don't want to do. Like we're saying, we tell people all the time, just go out and walk, that's a great thing to do for a little while until you've trained hard enough, you've adapted, and that's not really pushing you. You have to do something harder. Like Roger, he can't just go for a walk. He's got to go hike for 3 hours at a trail. We'll probably have some weight on his back.
Next, he's gonna have to start swimming with the weight on his back because he's gonna outgrow hiking. So then he's got to make it harder.
Right. And if you just love to do stuff like that, just for fun, do it for fun, but do something else that pushes you. I didn't get as strong as I am, which I'm not elite strength, but I'm way stronger than I was when I started. When I started, I was squatting 110 pounds. I weighed 145 pounds. And now I can squat over 400 pounds. I put on tons of muscle. I weigh 200 pounds this morning. I didn't do that by just going in the gym, hitting the little machines without breaking a sweat and leaving 30 minutes later. I'm in there, even when I was only in there for 3 days a week, I was in there for an hour and a half, and I was nervous to go in because I knew it was going to be heavy. I didn't know if I was going to get all the reps, but I knew what I had to do to get bigger, to get stronger. I had to, and it's going to hurt. Not in the, hurt yourself type hurt, but like they say, no pain, no gain. I was doing stuff that I couldn't do so I could do it. That's, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But
quick sidetrack. Also, never follow that saying, no pain, no gain. There should not be any pain. It should just hurt. Okay, back to where we're at.
Well, that's semantics. I mean, it didn't even have to hurt, but like, just do something hard. Like, I did some squats
Just
today.
push yourself.
I PR'd my 5-rep max back squat today. You know, it was uncomfortable. I didn't know if I was going to get more than 2 reps, but I ended up with 5. I wanted to go for 2 more, but I was like, okay, I just stood here for 15 seconds thinking about that next rep. I'm just going to
Sure,
rack
I
it.
could hit 305 for 5 right now.
Yeah, man. Just do your hard. So
I don't
get
like
hard.
that.
So
do
yeah.
your hard.
Here's something, man. It's kind of going over the edge, but if you're overweight, I'm going to say this in a polite way.
If you're obese.
If you're obese, which I technically probably am obese, considered my weight and body weight
But you
and height.
you purposely
Right. Most of this is muscle.
did it.
If you're overweight, an unhealthy overweight, like there's no denying that you're fat. Okay?
Hey bro, don't be fat shaming people.
There's no way around it. It is what it is. You know it if you know it. Don't let your feelings be hurt. It is what it is. You need to accept the reality of it. You can make a change. And Roger's a prime example. He came on here and talked about his journey. You don't that's one of the first things for change, man. You have to know what needs to be changed. If you're ignorant that you don't have an arm, you look down there, you're going to realize
you need to grow
right?
another one.
You got to grow another arm, right? It's
Or
basic science.
Just depends, I guess.
So anyways, if you're in that position, if you're fat, you're a liability to the people around you. Because what if the building catches on fire, and these people have to carry you out? They might die trying to save you because you're so heavy, and at the same time, they should be stronger. Am I right? Huh?
Yeah,
got to pick on everybody. Why are they so skinny? If you're skinny, you're a liability.
What if there's 3 firefighters in this room trying to get you out, and they all deadlift a lot, but because of your obese shape and it not being a barbell, they can't pick you up? It's like sandbags, bro. You know how hard it is to pick up a sandbag?
They got to train, bro. I've never picked up a sandbag. What
very big sandbag.
So I'm saying, bro, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for the people around you. All right, so here's something. We got a question from Roger Take a Hike Fitness. Never met him before.
Space.
He says, oxygen, heat, and fuel are needed to achieve a fire. What do you believe are needed elements to gain from working out? And what if someone doesn't get the correct ratio of the needed elements? So if a basketball player doesn't have a basketball, what does he need to grow? Okay. I think I'm trying to figure out what the exact question is. Okay, so what are the elements needed to get to make gains? Is what I'm thinking.
So
he's asking.
He says to gain from working out, so I'm not going to include the actual working out part.
Yeah, you're already working out.
So the training is there.
So you need, what do you?
1, you need rest/recovery.
Yeah.
Rest and recovery is just as important as the training itself. Of course, I'll take that a little too literally sometimes. But you always, like, whether you follow a program or whether you make your own or whether you just go in and do whatever, you have to have some kind of rest recovery plan, some kind of
sleep.
And I'll just say recovery, because rest, all it is just a passive recovery, right? When we say rest or recovery, we mean active recovery or passive recovery. Active is going in and just getting moving a little bit, but not doing anything too hard, not doing anything you're not going to be sore from it, right? So that's something a lot of CrossFitters use is they'll do like active recovery workouts. I remember doing a Josh Bridges one time. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like had some rowing, biking, and like some snatches in it, super light. Now this isn't what your active recovery is going to look like, but it's just something to go in and on a rest day, just go in and move a little bit, you know, and because from what I understand, active recovery is better than passive recovery to an extent. That doesn't mean you're going to work out 7 days a week and have one of your rest day be your active recovery, but recovery is important. I'm not going to go too far on
You went on a
the
little tangent
recovery. Just whether it's moving a little bit or just not doing anything, right?
The best way to recover, if you did a hard workout, all right, first thing you're going to do is you're going to want some sleep. Try to shoot for 8 hours. If you can't, get as much as you can.
If you can't, get at least
Sleep
2.
at least 2, probably at least 6.
Yeah.
If you're not getting, if you're working out hard enough, the harder you work out and the longer you work out, the more sleep you need. So after that, you need to eat enough, right? If you want to gain weight, or if you want to lose weight, you need to hit the appropriate protein. You need to have the building blocks of the muscles so you can rebuild what you tore apart. So, a gram of protein per pound of body weight, good place to start. Typically, if you're losing weight, you probably want to do a little more, so you're more satiated. If you're gaining weight, you want to make sure you're eating enough. Most people, they don't have a problem with not eating, and their problem is going to be eating enough and enough protein, enough of the right food. So probably, like you were saying, this is both included in recovery, in my opinion, because if I don't eat enough protein or calories, if I don't eat enough protein, I'm going to be sore. If I don't eat enough calories, I'm not going to have enough energy, and I'm not going to be able to rebuild. I'm not going to get bigger, and if I don't sleep enough, I'm not going to be able to perform the next workout, and it'll probably end up making me sore. I won't, you won't. A lot of times you can get away with a bad night's sleep and perform just fine, but if you're chronically undersleeping and chronically overworking, you're, like they say, some people say this: there's no such thing as overtraining, just under recovering. Which same thing. But let's say, what do you need to gain needed elements? I mean, you need to have a workout program.
Well, before we move on, I was going to include like the protein and calories and whatnot in its own little thing, just nutrition.
I would say that's all recovery.
You need your recovery, so you're active, you're passive, your sleep.
How about this?
You need proper nutrition.
How about this? All that under recovery, and then you need your training, your hard training, which would include a program, like a well-designed program that doesn't, you're not hitting chest 3 days in a row, basically, and you're not skipping chest for 3 weeks. So just consistently hitting, but you need accountability. So, because if you're just making it up as you go, you won't, you won't do it, right? So you need the good program, you need the workout and the structure and all that, which we've talked about that before. You need the recovery, which includes sleep and nutrition, and then you need accountability. So whether you have which is why I push goals, because goals will hold you accountable. Because if you have a goal you want to hit in 6 months and you're not there, you failed, and you need to put it out there. You need to have some buddies you send it to, you put it on Facebook, do whatever, but have accountability, something holding you to a standard. Like, this is what I want to do. If I don't do it, I failed. If I do it, success. I'm going to make a harder goal next time. So I would say accountability on the third one, because, I've just seen when there's no accountability. What's the word? Roger, tell me the word. When there's no, with lack of vision, people perish. It's something like that. But it's also, I think there's another translation. This is a Bible verse. Lack of accountability. It's that's the then the rest, the people perish, basically. So that's what I think. Recovery, you need the program, the work, the meat of it, and you need to recover from it, and you need something to hold you accountable, which I would say goals, friends, take progress pictures, video yourself, do whatever. Something
Take
that'll
a
hold you
picture after
accountable.
your long run so people can call you
Skinny.
sick.
Well, they didn't call you sick because of the picture. I did.
Hey, bro, I need you to drop by the gym tomorrow night and take a picture of me. And to go with so if a basketball player doesn't have a basketball, what does he need to grow? His bank account. They're $5 at Walmart.
That's funny. I'm trying to find this.
You can get an and one Phantom
There we
Street
go.
basketball. It's a 29.5 full size, and it looks like it's a 4.5 out of 5-star rating. It's $5 on Amazon. So
You done looked it up, bro?
Walmart. Yeah, I had to verify my joke before I kept going.
All right, I'm gonna look this verse up.
Hey, bro, we got the same headphones.
I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know what you got.
You just got them on backwards.
I got the right on the right ear, bro. It's just because we're looking at each other through the internet. All right, let's see if I can pull it up.
But your camera ain't mirrored, and my camera's not mirrored. So why is your headphones mirrored?
So Proverbs 29:18. Without revelation, people run wild, but one who follows divine instruction will be happy. Another word for revelation in here, it says vision. Without vision, people run wild. You go crazy, bro. So have a vision, have goals, have something that'll hold you accountable to where you want to go. Have an idea of what you want to do. Set a hard but attainable goal. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that before, but I'm going to keep preaching it. I have a whole YouTube video. Go check my channel out. All right. I have some more notes on that.
Get hard.
Yeah, get hard. So I have this. How can you love your family if you can't even take care of yourself physically? I have certain people in mind when I'm asking these questions. If you're just being lazy, man, you don't want to see your grandkids, or you don't want them to see you healthy.
What? You want your kids to see you healthy.
Yeah, but if you're not doing what it takes to live a long, healthy life,
then you don't want to see them.
Your
you
actions
don't want
speak
them to
louder
see
than
you
words.
Unhealthy, bro.
Actions speak louder than words. If you're not doing the work, when the time comes, you're going to be.
You didn't lead up to that statement very well.
But we had an intermission. It's picked up back where I left off. I said it backwards. It's hard, but nobody would ever say that. I don't want to see my great grandkids. I don't want to be healthy when I have great grandkids. But the way they're acting now, the way they're living, that's what they mean. The way people act, the way people live, they want somebody else to do the work for them. They're putting the responsibility on somebody else.
How convenient that would be, though. Because I could just put my workload on you, since you just go every day.
Yeah.
And then I'd get the gains from it.
No, you don't get the gains.
My eyes are
you just get
slowly closing
lazy.
over here.
You just get to be lazy and fat. or skinny, whatever you'd be if you didn't have the gym.
Bro, where would you be right now if you didn't
Skinny
go to the
fat.
gym?
I wouldn't be here. I
You
have no
wouldn't be on a
idea.
podcast, bro?
I'd probably have a different podcast. Put in work.
What would
Podcast.
your YouTube channel be about?
I don't know. I'd probably be rapping or something still. I don't even know.
Dang, bro. Secular rapper turned gym goer turned podcast host turned conservative.
Well, I never rapped secularly. What was the last thing you said?
Conservatism.
I'm all for the progress, baby.
Yeah. Conservation.
I've been progressing. I've been around the wheel of political ideas. I've considered them all.
Considered?
I didn't let anybody tell me what I believe.
Dang,
But anyways,
so
back
you
to
don't believe in the second. Okay.
The Second Amendment. Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. What time you have to leave?
The same time as always.
When was that? Because I don't ever remember.
It's 45 minutes from now.
Okay. Well, we could probably hit that. But even with like personal safety, going back to carrying guns, they just want the cops to take care of it. How long does it take a cop to get to you?
3 minutes.
If you're lucky.
3 minutes is just the average response time of a cop after 911 has been called.
How long does it take to get shot and killed?
Approximately 0.3. Wait.
You're dead.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're probably not calling the cops in time. You probably are not even going to get on 911. Roger has a new Second Amendment tool. 2A tool. That's a new word for it.
Dang, bro. I thought this
man.
woman at church was pointing it at me the other day. I got scared.
Man. What was she doing, bro?
She was checking out that new tool. I got scared she was going to throw it at me.
Man, they just got the guns out in church. Okay.
Wait. I can't be saying that. That's...
The sun. I said you got the suns out. Jesus, yeah. The sun.
She wore a tank top. They had the guns out.
Yeah, flexing. So, like I was asking you earlier. So, why does everybody... Do you think everybody needs an AR-15?
This is taking a turn.
Well, we're starting talking about guns.
Yeah.
So, it felt like a good time. Oh, your wife's new tool. You have a new tool too, Roger?
Dang, bro, I'm about to get I got a new tool that wasn't Second Amendment, but I do have a new 2A tool coming soon.
I got me a new tool. 2A 16-inch tool.
How long handguard? 15 inch?
I have no idea. I just know it's got something.
I was the first person to use that tool as well.
Yeah.
Swing it down range.
The hammer. So, what do you think, man? Does everybody need an AR-15? Roger, yes, I do.
I'm not going to say everybody needs one, but I would recommend get one. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be an AR. You know, I recommend...
the standard, the bottom of the barrel.
Everybody that, you know, is smart should have a firearm.
Mentally capable of not killing anybody on accident.
Yes. Or on purpose.
Well, a shotgun is a better home defense weapon than an AR-15. Probably.
But a mall defense weapon.
Well, are you going to be carrying an AR-15 to the mall with you? This is what I don't get when people say AR-15s are good self-defense guns, because I'm like, wouldn't a handgun be better in the house, or a shotgun? A shotgun would even be better.
See, that's why I wouldn't say everybody needs an AR-15, because AR-15s are specifically designed as sporting weapons.
which is why
Right.
I don't think that's a good reason. Well, it may be a reason, but it's not the best reason, and there are better reasons that I think you should have an AR-15.
See, I
Which you might think I'm crazy when I lay out my reasons.
but
I got a
I
shotgun.
yeah, I'm staring at one with a
It's
pop
got like a
cover on it right
pop
now.
filter on it.
But I'm not gonna say everybody needs an AR. Just everybody needs some kind of
It may
weapon.
end up being useful one day. Yeah, get something. I mean, some rock is better than no rock, right?
Yeah, and a rocket is better than no rocket.
Yeah, man, I guess that's probably true.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage everybody to not go out and buy an AR-15. Some of y'all listening probably can't even get one. But what I want to say is there's a video
Are you
on
saying
YouTube.
we're talking to felons?
We may be. Get your gun rights back if you want to.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull this tab up. Well, anyways, T-Rex Arms. You ever watch his videos?
No. But I've
Look
seen
up the video, Why Everyone Needs an AR-15. I watched this a while back, bro. It's one of the most well articulated. It's historical. It's a pretty long video, but I didn't even notice it because I was just engaged. But he goes through the history of firearms in America and basically how the civilians always have better weapons than the government, which it's a very good art. He didn't even really go into like this is why
I don't
you
have an
need
RPG.
this is why you need a, which is what he's saying, like until recent history
Or a Knights
civilians
Armament Company
civilians
SR-25 chambered at 7.62 by 51 millimeter.
civilians up until recent history always had better weapons because this you just had to watch the video, but that's not even like the video is titled "Why Everyone Needs an AR-15," but he doesn't really just give a list. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it, but really, it's a good historical video if you like to be educated. But it's a pretty cool video. But so I have a list of 5 reasons why you could have an AR-15. Do you have any like? What did you say? Any reasons? But you said a sports rifle. It's okay. I said recreation, so just shooting.
Well, I didn't say that everybody should
Yeah,
have an AR-15. It's an option, but it's a smart option to get.
I would say these are 5 reasons why it would be useful. Would that be a better way to put it?
Yes.
Now, individual cases will vary.
So recreation could actually
recreation.
be like sporting and hunting. So
Yeah, I had
all
hunting
the
next.
outdoors. I think hunting could go into recreation in a way.
Yeah.
Because hunting's a sport.
Unless you
recreation,
have to hunt for food, which for some people, that's just grocery shopping.
Yeah, because hunting's a sport, recreational shooting's a sport. So
I would say recreation as just in shooting targets, basically. Which there could be an argument that okay, you don't need an AR-15 with such a caliber and 30 rounds to, such a deadly weapon to shoot targets. You could shoot targets with your 9mm Glock. So okay, hunting. Okay. Well, AR-15 is not even a good hunting rifle, because 5.56, it's not great. It's not a big enough bullet or whatever.
And to that, I would say AR-15, it's a weapon platform. Therefore, it can be chambered in multiple different calibers. Now, so the most common, it's more of an AR platform, not really an AR-15 platform, but you have the AR platform where there's an AR-15 platform and an AR-10 platform. So obviously the 10 is less dangerous because it has 5 less ARs. But it does have AR-10s are typically chambered in larger calibers. So I don't know what like the minimum requirement for an AR-10 is, but
yeah, I wonder what the difference is between the 15 and 10.
But the AR 10s are typically chambered in the larger. I forget what they differentiate them as, but
But yeah,
the
hunting could be a
typical
possibility.
the larger calibers. So you're probably gonna get in like an AR-15 platform anywhere from pistol calibers like 9 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 45 ACP, stuff like that, to 223, 6.5 Creedmoor, uh, maybe like some off brands that are like a 257 Roberts or something. I don't know, but AR-10s can be chambered anywhere from 308 to 338 Lapua, 350 Legend, a lot of the larger calibers, and
Got more numbers, bigger numbers in it.
yeah. So, but they're less dangerous because the AR-10.
Yeah, sorry, less assault rifle ratings.
Yeah.
You can buy an AR platform with a 12 gauge shotgun. That's what Roger said. So home defense.
Yeah.
Look, okay. Well, here's another thing though. If you're hunting, you only need one round. If you need more than that, you're a bad shot.
Also, AR-15s.
I'm trying to get you to pull the next point out.
Well, hold on. I want to continue on this. AR-15s are also, uh, if used for hunting, they're typically used in hog hunting. And when you're hunting hogs, you're shooting a lot.
Okay, that's a good point.
So
I've seen the videos, bro. They shoot like 100 hogs.
They'll whether you're shooting from a helicopter or just shooting from a bipod, when people will mow down herds of hogs. So it's not just, oh, I'm gonna shoot one little hog and call it a night. So I'm gonna shoot 10. Oh, that's not enough. I need a few more. And then so that's where a lot of the high capacity rounds come in for.
Okay. Besides hog hunting, let's go down to self defense. This is my third reason that you should probably, it would be useful to have AR-15. But like we said earlier, probably a pistol would be better. A handgun. A shotgun would probably be better. Unless you have a lot of land and like 3 people with AK-47 show up, then you probably need to match them.
Yeah, it's very situational.
Yeah, but you never know.
Now, if you are out in public, clearly
you're probably not concealed carrying an AR-15.
Clearly, handguns are your go-to self-defense weapon.
All right, here's another example. There's this shooting in Texas at a church, and this guy brings his AR. I'm pretty sure it was an AR-15. He brings his AR-15 and kills the shooter, the active shooter. Boom, prime example of why you need an AR-15. So,
but another prime example
are not going to be there
of a church in Texas where the shooter brings in a sawed-off shotgun. I don't know if it was sawed-off, but a shotgun, and pulls it out, blasts 2 people, but a security guard get him with a pistol.
Hey, tools, man. Hammers, screwdrivers, drills. Why you need a drill? You could just hammer something.
Because you don't hammer screws.
Capacity. Well, you could just use nails.
Anyway.
All right.
So, yeah.
I got 2 more reasons.
Oh, is that thunder or fireworks?
Yeah. Gunshots. Might maybe grab your AR-15. So, next step, which we're getting into Wild West territories on these next 2. But they're pretty similar.
We got recreation, hunting, self-defense.
Yeah, that's the main 3. These next 2, the first 3, you could do that all day. They're way more likely than the next 2.
I definitely can't guess.
But what was the Second Amendment made for?
Militia.
I wasn't going to say militia, but yeah, but that would, like, if we, I had to come up with a scenario in my head. Okay, so
there's a president.
They took on their Okay, there's this country back in the day, right? Or not? Okay, America. It was America. Okay, and they had the same weapons as the British, and they liberated themselves. Okay? What is Ukraine fighting with? They're they didn't have that these people most of these people were fighting with their own guns that they had. They might have more funding now, but back in a couple years ago when I was
I
watching
definitely have
YouTube,
more funding.
yeah, back when I was watching, these people were using their own guns. And they had AR-15 type weapons.
Oh, wait, we're going from the Americans versus
Yeah,
British to Ukraine. Okay.
yeah, I went to Ukraine, which we probably get canceled for just saying the word the conflict. If you say anything about
The
anything
argument.
that's on news, yeah, it's a very intense argument. But a corrupt government, they're going around. Not even like I wouldn't even say like it's kind of to me it's kind of extreme to say you're going to shoot cops if they come to your door to take guns. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Like that's just a whole
I
different
can't
subject.
shoot him with something I lost in a boating accident.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have any guns, bro. But what I'm saying is, if they're out, they're like, all right, we're killing. I don't know. I don't even know, bro. It's like this is just a vivid imagination. If stuff happens, you need to be prepared. And if if they go crazy and they're like, we're gonna kill every redheaded person, I might need an AR-15 just in case.
Yeah, because your
Or should
kids
I? Or
have some redhead in them, bro.
here's the
You got to
thing, bro.
protect them.
Christian wise, should I just stretch my neck out? Say cut it off, or should I defend myself?
An eye for an eye, bro. If they cut your neck off, you cut theirs off.
That's Old Testament. What did you say? Cut their neck off? All right. Well, anyways, so say the government. I can't even like the government just goes crazy, and they're like, anybody that didn't get the COVID shot, we have to kill them now. Okay, obviously, a lot of those people that didn't get the COVID shot, they probably have AR-15s. Okay, I'm just gonna get this is a correlation. Okay, so the government's corrupt; they're going around doing bad things, right? Which people think that'll never happen. Okay, it happened.
Just take a
Probably
look at Australia a couple years ago.
probably up to 20 times in the past 100 years. Like Germany, Russia, all these countries that just went crazy, bro. And they're normal people. Like they're normal humans, bro. They're not any worse off than we are. It's not like they were like cavemen. This is our grandparents that did this. They killed the Jews. I said that weird.
They killed the Jews.
Bro, I'm just saying it's not outside the scope of what could happen. There are countries in these third world countries that massacres and genocides are still happening to this day. And just because we're America, we think that it's not going to happen here. We are one bad day away from being a third world country. We're not as safe as
We're
they
a
think.
bad day away from not even being a part of this world as a country.
Exactly.
I mean,
Anyways, so the government's corrupt or whatever. So hypothetically,
so 0.4 protection against government.
yeah, and to refer to
0.5
Joe Biden,
protection against other countries.
yeah, that's it. But to refer, let's just go for both. Joe Biden says, "Y'all, what do y'all think y'all are doing? Basically, y'all can't match up. We got bombs, we got F-16s. Afghanistan,
Yeah, look at all the helicopters they left over there.
we had all that against them, and did we wipe them up? No. It's insurgency is
Pretty good game.
you can't just wipe
actually.
it out. Is that a video game?
Insurgency Sandstorm. Never played it. I'm just making a jokey joke.
It's just a prime example. There are many examples of history of beating armies that outman, outgun, outfinance you. I mean, we beat the British. They're a freaking empire.
And to go along with the point of, oh, we got rockets and stuff. What are the chances every soldier and Marine and
Right.
airman
They're
and
not all going to go
Coast
along with it.
Guardsmen are going to be like, you know what? I like this Biden guy. I'm going to listen to him.
They're not all going to go along with it, but I don't think it would be sold very directly like that. Like, oh, we got to get rid of them. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot of propaganda to play into it. And but I don't, as of right now, I don't see it like popping off tomorrow. And I don't hope it ever does. But I'm just saying.
Now, Saturday it might, but
Yeah, I'm
Friday,
just
no, it's
saying
not
it's
going
a
to do it tomorrow.
possibility. It could happen. I'm not saying it looks like it's going to happen or it's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen is what I'm going to say. What I'm
Just
saying.
hopefully
And if
November
you
of
don't
next
have,
year goes a little bit better.
if a bunch of nails come flying at you, you need a hammer, and it looks cool too. I mean,
Hold
it's
up, we
fun to
gotta.
shoot.
If the nails are coming at you, bro,
You need a hammer, bro.
why do you need a hammer?
It's just a metaphorical figure of speech. So
technically a metaphor is already a figure of speech.
So we went way off into Looney Land. Now I'm going to get back into it.
This is why people make fun of us.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Not just us specifically, but
people. I make fun of us.
White people.
I'm just saying you can never be. I wouldn't live in fear of any of that happening.
It's better to need it. Well, it's better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it. So
exactly, that's why I have kids. I don't need them, but I got them.
Yeah.
One day they might come in handy.
But imagine if you did need them, and you're like, dang, if 6 years ago,
now
I could have had a flashlight holder, and now I don't have one.
Now I have to wait 9 months. So, so that's also one reason why, like, any of those reasons, basically self-defense, or if something crazy was to happen, Armageddon, crap hits the fan, you want to be fit. So that's one reason why I train and do fitness. Not the only reason. I love it now. Originally, I started going to the gym because really I needed I needed an escape. Honestly, I needed a hobby. But, I was small. I was weak. I needed to get strong. I didn't feel capable of defending my family. This is one of them.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo. Mm-hmm. So, if something goes down, I don't want to be caught slacking. I don't want to be a liability. Like I said, overweight, liability. I'm not saying like me overweight. I'm talking about you're obviously not healthy. You can't walk a mile. You can't carry anything on your back. You're you okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to be a liability, bro. I want to be an asset. And you're gonna be a liability if everybody's got to wait on you. So this is what I want to say, y'all. If you're listening to this, take a long, hard look, and if you're out of shape, overweight, underweight, whatever, you're probably a liability to people around you. And if you end up, you live even just think about this. You're so out of shape and unhealthy that your family has to stop what they're doing, which they're not going to mind it. They're going to love to take care of you. But if you're so bad out of shape that they have to go out of their way to help you every day just so you could live life, when you could simply, it's not simple, but you could make a change and not be so selfish and do something about your health. Which I'm coming on pretty strong, but it's life and death. It really is. At the end of the day, living unhealthy lives takes days off your life. And even the days that you're here won't be as good as they could be. So, if you're not getting stronger, you're getting weaker. If you're not getting fitter, you're getting out of shape. So, even if you once you used to lift whatever. You don't anymore. It's been years, bro. Get back in the gym. Stop putting it off. Get back in the gym. Stop being weak. Get strong. It's time to do what you've been talking about. You need to lose the weight. You need to get stronger, get fitter, get faster, whatever you want to do. If you think you're too dumb, too stupid, change it. Study, read, learn. You could do that. It's not your school, your time in school did not determine. Yes, it put you on a path for the rest of your life that you followed, but you can always change that path. It's never too late. That's just a small glimpse of your whole timeline of your life. Most people that ever do anything, they don't start doing whatever it is they did that was so great until they're halfway through their life anyway. So take this as the day. This is the day it changed, man. This is the day it turned around. This is the day you made the decision to get your life right, to get in shape, to change your life. So there's no excuse. You have to make the decision yourself. You have to do the work yourself. Nobody's going to do it. When you get to the end of your life, it's not going to be on, oh, well, Peyton didn't tell me this, No, it's going to be on you. You're going to be the one to blame. You're the one that's going to have to pay the consequence of your decision. What you did and what you believe. So there's not going to be any excuses. And, like I said earlier, we all have excuses. It's about if you take them. If you let them keep you down, that's on you. There are people that have more excuses, more problems, more hurdles to overcome that do more because they don't care. They're going to get after it. They're going to do it anyway. So do something hard. Get hard. Stop being weak, man. Stop being a wimp. Do the work. Find a challenge. Get consistent.
Do Murph.
Do the Murph. I mean, sure. Get some accountability. Set some goals. Chase them. Get after them. Accomplish them. Set new goals that are harder and do it again. Get better. Be better. Change
Train
your
yourself
life.
to be better.
That's right. Change your life. Change the world.
Shoot yourself in the leg until it doesn't hurt anymore.
Well, I wouldn't suggest that. So, like we always say, go for a walk. Start somewhere. Start easy. Get consistent. Make it harder. Go to the gym. Go for a run. Train for a marathon. Do a 5K. Do the CrossFit Open. Do a Spartan race. Whatever you got to do
do tactical games.
Do the tactical games. Whatever you got to do something hard to train, anything can be hard if you do it with the right intensity. You could start anywhere. You could train up to be anything. Certain
things.
So
you can't really.
That's my third rant of the day, I guess.
I missed a lot of it. I was looking at something else.
It's recorded. Can you clip this whole thing out, bro? So
I was.
What do you think, man? Go off on somebody.
I was astonished on how we went from working out to AR platform to Get Hard.
Yeah, bro. It's just something I've been wanting to talk about. Exactly. Eating 5 hamburgers can be hard.
So the way to eat 5 hamburgers easier is to get doubles.
Well, you have to eat 2.5, or can you just eat 5? I still think doubles are still one hamburger. It's just the top and the bottom bun. That's only one
it was
burger.
wordplay.
It can be hard, but heart surgery can be hard too.
Yeah. I usually just eat 2.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing intense exercise, eating that junk doesn't hurt you.
If you burn as many calories as I do just sitting here, it's okay if I eat that.
Because you don't hold on to it. If you just go home and sit on the couch all day, you're going to hold on to it.
on rest days, I burn
Food is meant to be
anywhere from
fuel.
2,500 to 3,000 calories.
Food is meant to be fuel, bro. It's not meant to be. The reason people are overweight and fat is because they're not doing enough and they're eating too much. They're putting too much fuel in and not burning enough of it, so it sticks to you.
While we're on this fuel thing, do you think
Diesel?
outside of the bodybuilding industry, do people become too obsessed with macros and
Are you at?
being perfect on their
It's
nutrition?
definitely you definitely can, and I think
Because I think the biggest thing is, of course, this is coming from somebody who doesn't focus on nutrition, but
yeah, you have the
it's
opposite problem.
it's as long as you're getting enough calories in your protein intake, as long as you're getting enough calories, you're hitting a specific protein goal, and then getting enough carbs. I think
I
you're
think if
good.
you have a specific goal, it can be okay to I wouldn't say obsess, but to track and make sure you're on the right path. It would be even easier to do that if you had a meal plan and you just ate the same thing every day, because then you know you're hitting it. But
Because some people be like,
there,
I have to hit this specific amount of protein, no going over, no
right,
less.
you can't live like that. Like I've never even hit specific macros. I'm gonna be in the ballpark, and
Yeah, like I'll go
there's
to
a
the
time.
concession stand and grab some.
Yeah, there's a time and a place. Like, give yourself a day of the week at least to where unless you're in like Chris Bumstead in specific bodybuilding prep, you know,
Eat 5 burgers from McDonald's.
you're gonna pay for it. But this is something I noticed too. Like, if I eat super crappy, like it's gonna mess with my energy the next day. But you know, there's wiggle room, and you don't have to be perfect. I think live your life, and 80% healthy food and 20% not healthy is a good way to go, which I don't do that. I probably more around 60-40. Probably, I don't even know.
I'm more 2080.
Which you're not a great example. But I right now there's been times where I've been super in tune. Right now I'm more of a just trying to gain weight and don't really care. I'm just it's going up. And really right now all I'm focusing on if the weight doesn't go up for a week, I'm gonna bump my calories up. And as long as the squats are feeling good, the runs are feeling good, I'm eating enough. And if I'm going up in weight, I'm going up in weight. If I end up, if I jump too much, start feeling like I'm getting fat, I'll cut back some and try to, which just cut back on the extra stuff. I just kind of the kids around the house just kind of dad tax a lot, and then that kind of adds up. But
You got
see you,
kids?
Roger. Yeah, I got two of them. So yeah, I think it can
What?
be a problem, but most people are under eating. That's my take. Even
See
when
you,
I
Roger.
even when I thought I was overeating, I was under eating. You're probably under eating protein for sure.
If you look like me.
Yeah, if you have abs, you're not overeating. You could go for a lot more. I'd say add on 1,000 calories, and then if you start gaining weight, just back off 200. If you have abs, you're under eating when it comes to strength and performance. Which I'd say keep the abs. Just
Fill
try
out
to
around the edges a little bit.
fill out around the edges. Look at Matt Fraser when his prime. I mean, he didn't have sculpted abs. He had 6-pack, but dude was thick.
Too bad Rich is better.
I mean, same for him. He's just taller. But
But
yeah,
why I
man,
feel like I got a Rich Froning kind of build.
you don't.
Is it because I
You're
walk up to the
skinny.
barbell the same way?
Yeah, that's it. So, what do you think, man? Uh, in the gym fitness versus out of the gym fitness, and what I mean by that is like you got CrossFit in the gym, bodybuilding in the gym, stuff that you can only do in the gym, versus out of the gym fitness like trail running, rucks, running,
What if your
marathons.
gym has a trail in it?
It
That's
won't be
in the
in it.
gym.
There's no gyms with trails in it that I
Well, we
know
could
of.
be a first.
I mean, how big does the gym have to be? Military style fitness, like you think of like special forces training where they're out there doing long PT,
Like
strongman stuff, obstacle courses, Spartan
stupid
races,
stuff
push ups,
in the rain.
in the rain, 30 degrees, ice bath, rain,
Bro, we should have
push-ups.
did that on the 4th. Let's try to do some push-ups.
Yeah, push-ups in the rain, get hard. To me,
I like
the
outside
box.
the box.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, bro. That's our name of our gym. We're finna start in my backyard.
Yeah, outside the box. Think outside the box.
Outside the box fitness. That seems this is more appealing, and it's gritty, man. It's tougher. It's like I guess it's just because that's what all the military people do.
It's the elements.
The elements, man.
Right? You be working out in the AC. Then again, our gym really doesn't have much AC.
It's AC though. You
It
go
is,
outside in
but
the summer heat, bro.
Yeah.
You know it.
you go right back in. But
It's bad.
the training in the elements is, I think, very beneficial.
Mental.
Very.
That Spartan race was hard, but it was fun, bro. It was wet. It was cold. Muddy.
That was a perfect example of what we're, discussing. Like trail run.
And you're in nature.
In the very, very, very cold,
muddy
elements.
Wet.
No shirt. Well, I think I did have a shirt on. Very exposed, and it sits you in a corner and laughs at you pretty much. I like the outside the box training.
Yeah, it's tough.
Now,
it takes grit.
Not to say that, I like outside the box. I ain't going to train in the gym. No,
Right.
They have their time and place.
Right.
Like all my strength will be performed inside unless I want to mix it up and do something outside. But like tire flips or something. But
yeah, I feel like I don't know, it's just something about the outside. You got your elements, you got the heat, and you got the cold. You get your vitamin D. I don't know. It feels like it's just something. I think you definitely need both because you can't. I mean, you can't squat and run. You do a squat, you can, but that'd be stupid. A squat run. I think there's a time and place for all of it. They both supplement each other, I would think.
Now, if you're big on,
I'm trying to get into more of the outside stuff, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, if you're big into both sides of the fitness, because like with fitness, there's physical fitness that you're getting physically stronger, but to supplement that, you need to become mentally stronger. Because like when you start doing something like a 5x5 progression and you start getting heavy, it's not even a matter of like I physically can't do it. It's like, of course, there does become an instance where like, I physically cannot do 390 on back squat at 5x5, but working your way up, you'll hit these limits of like, I don't think I can do this, and that's just a mental blocker.
That's like what I was saying with the strength stuff. Like I've had times where in my strength progression, I'm like, I'm nervous going to the gym because I don't even know if I could hit this for a rep that day, and then I end up hitting it for 5 sets of 5, which is usually
like think of our Murph that day.
Yeah, and then we did a Murph after last year.
That was towards the end of at least my stretch that I was going on, and the only thing there was like I physically could do my whatever it was. I think I hit 350 or something that day, and just mental.
I think every time that I've ended a cycle like that was I didn't reach my physical limits. I reached my because when you're doing something like that, you're only going up 5 pounds a week. That's not a big jump. Like if you could do 330 for 5 sets of 5, you could probably do 335.
Now, it's also like 5 pounds can be a lot depending on the lift.
Which I mean, it gets to where you can't do it.
Like it's hard to do 5 pound jumps on strict press
Yeah,
because
which
like
you have
it
to do
adds
like two
up
and a half
quickly.
for that.
Yeah, it adds up very quickly.
Yeah, but squats, 5 pounds. It's not a
20 pounds maybe, man. Just do
Yeah,
20. Okay,
don't ever
do
do that. Maybe the first week, but you could definitely do it's like what I'm saying is it's a weight that you could like you just did the same exact weight last week probably because the weights aren't even calibrated. So who even knows? You might have squatted more last week, but for some reason you failed it because just mentally it got to you. Because it was hard last week, it's going to be hard again this week just by 1% more, and it's going to make you stronger. But you got to get past it. You have to go down,
what doesn't
and you have
kill
to get
you
back
makes
up.
you stronger.
You got to go down, and you got to come back up. Which, like, every week of this 5x5 I've been on has been like, which now I'm feeling confident. Like the last few weeks, I've felt confident. Like starting off, I was like, I don't even know if I can squat 315 for 5, and then
Is
I
your
did it for
kid
5
gonna fall?
sets. He'll be all right. Hey, what you doing? He's basically a monkey. But man, just get under the bar and go down. Like you wholesale failed if you don't even try.
I'm gonna say something. You
I mean, go
cannot
ahead and
reach
do
your
it.
physical limits if you're not strong enough mentally.
That's correct. Because you're gonna just give up. If you don't have the mental capacity, even if you know I can't hit this, to just load the bar. Of course, do your warm ups. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
Load the bar, walk it out, go down, and come up. Which you could fail in any point. You could say, I'm not even going to load it. Or if you load it, you're like, I'm not going to do it. Or if you walk it out, oh, it's too heavy. Just going to re-rack it. Or you could go down in the squat and already have it in your mind you're not going to get it, so you don't even try. But if you try, you just might hit it.
You just might surprise
and you
yourself.
probably will because you just did it. You just did.
So
we're talking about a very like this goes for anything, bro. You don't know until you do it. Like even with the 10K, I didn't even mean to PR, bro, because I knew I could maybe because I did. So I did 56 minutes on a flat trail, perfect conditions. Got sick. Was at the race late. Didn't even get to warm up, and the course is 5 times harder than the flat horse. At least 5 times.
Probably
flat course. Probably 12 times harder because the flat course is flat and this was nothing but hills. So I just go, okay, I'm just going to cruise. PR by 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, it was hard. My watch literally told me, you're overreaching. It's okay. You improved your fitness a lot by doing this, but chill out. Because if you do anything else, you're not going to recover.
You're going to die.
You're going to die. So I'm just saying, go do something hard, bro. And don't give up. Like, just try.
Do your hard.
Do your hard. It's better to fail after trying than fail by not trying.
Don't be as soft as us and laugh every time we say hard.
Look, if you don't try, you've already failed. So go try anyway. People will see value in that. This dude keeps trying. You know, he might fail a couple times, but he's trying. And inside, they may not say it, but inside they know if they're not one to try at all, they're looking up to you. It takes you're a coward basically. You're a coward if you don't try, just because you're scared of failure, which I've been there. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead. You're gonna like this video, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, follow Peyton.cook. Am I right? Deal the Young.
IG.
Go get you some apparel, Grateful apparel in the link below.
BPN.
We got to head out. Look, we appreciate y'all staying in. We sorry if we offended you. Send in your comments, your questions, your offense to us. We'll
try to offend you more.
We'll try to apologize. Look.
Yeah, that too.
Get hard. That's all I got to say. Peace out.
We're going to pick up exactly right here.
Peace out.